A large percentage of what you see on Instagram is not genuine content posted by humans, but it's posted by bots. Who are these bots? Well, bots are automated accounts that are reposting content to get views. You may see sometimes, I don't know, some artist you like, Dua Lipa or something. You see a clip from Dua Lipa. It's reposted from some weird account. Maybe it's a fan page, or maybe some other account that just reposts, videos. And you're like, oh, okay, whatever. And it'll have a credit to the main account, like a tag, credit, whatever. These are all bots. These are large-scale marketing campaigns done by big firms that you're not using. So you're like, well, what do I care about Instagram? Well, Instagram pays you now, I started posting reels. I have a few videos done over 1 million views on Instagram. I just started a month ago, and they're paying me to do them. So I'm doing them. I don't have a lot of people that follow me on Instagram, maybe 7,000. So not that big of a deal. But you know what? I said, in less than a year, I want 1 million. You're like, okay, well, how are you going to get 1 million? Well, I'm going to use the same tactics that large firms are using to get those people. Okay. Now, as soon as you say bots, you might think, oh my God, this spammy links and weird stuff. It's like, no. These bots do not follow you, right? These bots do not interact with you. They don't like your photos. These bots just repost your content with a credit. So in the end, the people that follow you are real people. You're just getting a much broader exposure. For example, I post a video. It gets 3,000 views. Then Instagram kind of caps it. This is kind of how they do. If you post in high time, they'll give you like 3,000 views to see how the engagement rate is, okay? And that's it. Say you have 10 other accounts, 10 bots that automatically are reposting with credit that video. Well, now you're getting 30,000 views, and each one of those bots has a credit, so it's dragging likes back to you. Say you have 100 bots. Now you're getting 300,000. Well, actually more than that. 3,000, 100, what is it, 3 million? No, maybe it's 300,000. 300,000 views. And if you post a video that's per day, and it's driving followers back to your account. So that's pretty interesting, right? So this is how these large accounts like Dua Lipa and celebrities, that's what they're doing. Or famous Koreans love doing this shit, dude. Koreans, they're I don't know if you know Lala Lisa and stuff like that, Madonna, all these Korean and Asian, Singapore, they love doing this shit. Anyway, how do you do it? Well, I've tried a few different ways. I use virtual machines on a Python system, and I use the Solana, like the packages to create automation through Python. But an easier way, you can do Gram2 or any of these services. Gram2, really good service, actually. I'm not affiliated with them. Look them up, Gram2. There's a lot of automation services online. Here's the key, though. These accounts, you have to create them to virtual machines, right? Or different machines. Because Instagram's whole job is trying to stop spam. Well, to some extent, they try to stop these automation accounts. So if you're trying to start an account, you create too many accounts, you get blocked. So you may say, hey, you know what, I'll change my IP. I go somewhere else, I log into the Wi-Fi network at McDonald's, try to create an account there, but it doesn't work. You're like, Madonna, why is it not working? Because there is a lot of different identifiers that will connect you to Instagram. As long as you're not actually downloading an Instagram app, they're not getting your MAC address. If you download an actual app, they might even have your MAC address. But let's just say they have your, you have to, let me say the easiest way to explain this for a layman. Just think operating system. You reinstall a new operating system, boom, that's a new machine, right? So it's not enough, because some people are like, well, you could, delete your cookies on a browser, right? And change your IP, right? Go through a proxy and you're good. It's like, no, that's not enough. There are other identifiers that are gonna ping Instagram. What you need is either run a virtual machine, or what I personally, my favorite, is to USB stick it. I run a Android virtual machine. Well, it's a x86. It's an Android system. I run it on a USB. Every time I plug it in, it's a new system. So I boot the computer, my Linux system, from a USB with the Android x86 system. It boots as a new phone. Then you come to the second problem. This is, my fingernails are so long I need to trim them. Anyway, this is why I love doing this. It's not that, you know, it's not about the followers. I like gaming the system, I guess. But anyway, so the second problem is the phone verification, right? Each Instagram account that you make, other than your main one, maybe you can make 2 or 3 other, is going to need phone verification. So how do you do that? You're like, well, I can do a VoIP. Nope, you can't. It has to be a non-VoIP number. In other words, it has to be a real cell phone number. So how do you get around that? Well, there's a service, and I'll name it for you. What I use, it's called textverified.com. Easiest way. I've done a lot of different ways. When I first thought of this, I bought a few cell phones, right? And I was using each cheap ass phone as a VM, virtual machine. But the cost basis, I'm like, to make this work, I would need hundreds of these, just thousands of dollars. And what, track phones? I'm gonna just keep buying these bastards and registering? No. Well, textverified.com lets you create a non-VoIP number that you can use for verification for Instagram, and it'll see it as an actual device. So you're gonna use that. Then you need a residential proxy. It's very important, and you may have to do some digging. I can tell you the one that I use is what is it? proxiestalks5.com is the one I use. The reason I use them is because these are non-rotating. A lot of proxy services, they're going to rotate the IP, meaning it's constantly changing. I don't want them to constantly change. I want a fixed, dedicated. Dedicated means only I use it. Dedicated means it does not change. Residential proxy like AT&T, Comcast, meaning that it is not a proxy like, I don't know, there's all kind of shit out there. Residential means that it mimics someone's home. They have some that are also, what do you call them, Sprint network. That's fine if it's a cellular network, but it has to be a US-based, and I'm saying this for US-based people, US-based residential proxy, meaning that it looks like it's coming from a home. These are small things that you might not think of, but you got to reduce your chance of getting flagged all the time. So that's what you want to do. Residential proxy, dedicated, meaning the IP does not change. It's only yours, and it never changes. So that every time that the automation logs in and tries to do actions, it has the same IP address. Even better if you can keep it to have always logged in, which there's a feature on Graham 2 that you can select to make it one session, so it's not logging in, and you can do it log from the web. Anyway, that's pretty much the tall and the short of it for now. These are the biggest obstacles. It's the phone verification and the residential proxy, and that's where 99% of people are fucking up, are those two things. And people give up because they can't take those two hurdles. Other things like you can do with the automation, that's interesting. Okay, you don't just repost. You can have the bot like other people's posts by hashtag that kind of match up with what someone would like your content. You can have the other person follow accounts that you think someone would enjoy your content. All of these things end up drawing followers back to your main account. And in the end, 100 bots can turn into 1,000 new followers for you per day. And you're like, well, why would I care? Why do I want these? Well, because Instagram's paying you for the videos that you're posting. So if the more followers and the more people you have, you can start reeling in 30. I'm telling you, I know people on Instagram, they're making $30,000 to $60,000 every single month by posting reels. These people have at least 1 million followers. So, and they're making good content. You know, you should aspire obviously to make good reels, make good content. But good content is not enough these days. You're competing against so many people. You need an established audience. Why? Well, engagement changes, right? All these metrics are based on engagement, meaning watch time. How long do they watch it? How often do they comment? Well, that changes based on if you know me, right? I can make a video of me squatting, taking a poop. If you don't know who I am, you're not going to give a poop about the video. But the moment that you recognize me, you know who I am, or you follow me, maybe you'll watch it, right? So that changes those engagement metrics. So when people, that's why you see a lot of shitty content that gets promoted, and you're like, why is this content getting promoted? Well, it's getting promoted because they have that established audience. I don't know. I see now I'm running 10 minutes. I don't want to keep going and on. But I have a lot of different things with e-commerce and other shit that you guys want to know, like inside stuff. And I think if you watch this video this far, you're lucky. I think it really, this is not something a lot of people know, and I try to really help and put good content if you want to hear it. I mean, you got to put action to this, and it's free. You know, you listen to me, you do these things, you watch. Give me a year, you'll see I'll be at 1 million on Instagram, and I did it exactly like I just told you. Thank you guys for watching. As always, buy red and sell green.